Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, thank you to the lecturer and colleague who have attended this opportunity. Today, our group will present an analysis of corporate governance and professional ethics in the PP Multi Makmur Lemindo Tbk accounting scandal. Before then, allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Dian Amalia and my friend is Dia Badrina Mumtaz, Ana Putri Muslim, and Sekar Ayu Amanda. For the first presentation will be delivered by Sekar.
Table of content, background and problem identification, main evidence of the case and the case comparison analysis, regulatory sanction by OJK, roles and internal and external impact on the company, analysis, types of accounting violation, and professional ethic, lesson learned, and conclusion. Background. So let's start with the background of the case. PT Multimakmur Lemindo Tbk or PIPA is a manufacturing company that produces PVC-based building materials, and it was established back in 2005. In 2023, the company decided to go public through an IPO on the Indonesian Stock Exchange. Normally, going public is a big step for a company because it can raise funds, improve transparency, and strengthen its credibility in the market. Because of this concern, OJK started to examine the company more closely, and from there, this case developed into a serious issue involving accounting problems, governance weakness, and ethical concern. So basically, what started as a business expansion and end up becoming a major scandal in the capital market. Next. Problem identification. First, there is an indication of stock price manipulation during the IPO process. So basically, the stock price may have been controlled or influenced to make it look more attractive to investors. Second, OJK found misstatement in the financial statement. For example, the company record assets from IPO funds without enough supporting evidence. This is a serious issue because financial reports are supposed to reflect the real condition on the company. Third, there are also indications of irregularities in the IPO process itself. This could mean that proper procedures were not followed or that there was a lack of transparency. So overall, these problems show that it's not just a simple mistake. It's more likely a combination of weak internal control, lack of accountability, and possibly intentional action. And of course, situations like this can mislead investors and damage trust in the market. Next. The next is the main evidence of the case. First, the IPO prospectus was found to contain fictitious data. This is very serious because investors rely on this document to make decisions. Second, the cash flow statement were manipulated to make the company look financially stable. So in reality, the condition might not be as good as what was reported. Third, the financial statement did not match the actual bank record. This clearly shows inconsistency between report data and real data. Then the company also overstated its asset by around 30%, and its evaluation was made to look much higher than it should be. On top of that, the IPO process itself may have skipped proper verification procedure. So if we look at all this evidence, it's clear that this is not just a small error. It shows a pattern of manipulation and serious issues in financial reporting and governance.
Okay, the next slide is case comparison table. Three cases of PT Multimakmur Lemindo, Jiwasraya, and Asabri. The first aspect is type of case. PT Multimakmur Lemindo, financial statement fraud and market manipulation. Jiwasraya, corruption plus financial statement manipulation. Meanwhile, Asabri is investment fund corruption. The next aspect is modus operandi. PT Multimakmur Lemindo, aspect overstatement, asset overstatement, fictitious reporting, and stock manipulation. Jiwasraya is poor quality investment plus financial reporting manipulation, and Asabri is placement of fund is high rise or manipulate stock. The next aspect is sort of loss. PT Multimakmur Lemindo, capital market investor, and Jiwasraya insurance policy holder, and Asabri military or police pension fund. The next aspect is scale of loss. PT Multimakmur Lemindo relative smaller, and Jiwasraya and Asabri is the same, very large. The next aspect against the problem is PT Multimakmur Lemindo high information asymmetry during APO, and Jiwasraya management high true financial condition. Asabri misses of fund by agent. The last impact, PT Multimakmur Lemindo, the impact is investor losses and declining market trust. And Jiwasraya, police the flood crisis, and the last Asabri is loss of pension fund.
OJK sanction. First is sanction against the company, a fine of 1.85 billion rupiah was imposed due to the presentation of financial statement that did not comply with regulation. Second is sanction against director, a joint and several liability fine of 3.36 billion rupiah was imposed due to responsibility for error in the financial statement, and the president director was banned from participating in capital market activities for 5 years. Third is sanction against auditor. The reasons, STPD was suspended for 2 years due to failure to properly comply with auditing standard. Next. External impact for legal sanction and fines. The Financial Service Authority imposed total fines amounting to billions of rupiah on the company and its former director. Prison sentences were handed down to management involved in financial statement manipulation. Second is negative market sentiment. PIPA stock price plunged drastically with the authorization lower limit for ARV due to the loss of public investor confidence. It was labeled as a pump and dump stock scandal in the crypto market. Third is underwritten investigation. Examination of the underwriter PT Singhan Securities regarding the validity of asset during the IPO. Next. Next is internal impact. First is rebranding and business pivot. Plans to change the company name and logo to restore its image. A shift in business focus from pipe manufacturing to the oil and gas sector. Second is change in organizational structure. The company was taken over by new controlling shareholder, Morris Capital Indonesia, and a cleanup of the old management involved in legal cash was carried out.
Okay, the next slide is corporate governance analysis. At the case of PT Multimakmur Lemindo, the one transparency, financial statement misleading and not reliable, lack of proper disclosure, accountability, director failed to fulfill fiduciary duties, weak internal control system. The next responsibility, non-compliance with capital market regulation and accounting standard. The next independence, possible conflict of interest, weak check and balance mechanism. And the last, fairness, investor receive inaccurate information, potential financial losses. And the next is professional ethic analysis. In the case of PT Multimakmur Lemindo, the first, integrity, financial reporting not harnessed or fraud indication. The next, objectivity, decision influenced by IPO related interest. And the next, professional competence and lack of proper verification and due diligence. And the last, professional behavior, violation of laws and ethical standards, damage to the accounting profession reputation.
Okay, next, listen we note from the case. First, importance 1 honesty financial reporting. This case reveals material misstatement in financial statement, particularly the recognition of assets from IPO fund that were not supported by adequate transaction evidence. This means financial statement must be based on economic transaction, and misstatement or manipulation can lead to serious sanction. Listen, accounting is not merely about recording numbers, but about accountability to the public. 2. Compliance with capital market regulation. The company violated several regulations including capital market law, financial reporting standard, and directors' responsibility in financial disclosure. For the lesson, compliance is not optional, it is a fundamental obligation for public companies. 3. Importance of good corporate governance. The case reflects with implementation of GCG indicated by ineffective internal control, weak management oversight, and low accountability of director. For the lesson, GCG serves as a control system to prevent fraud and mismanagement. 4. Role of regulatory oversight. Otoritas Jasa Keuangan took action by imposing administrative sanction and fines, enforcing regulatory compliance, and protecting investor and market integrity. For the lesson, strong regulatory oversight is essential to maintain trust in the financial system. And the last, ethical impact on investor trust. The case is also associated with alleged stock price manipulation, legal investigation involving related parties, and for impact, decline in investor confidence and a damage to corporate reputation. For the lesson, without ethic, capital market cannot function fairly and efficiently. Next, conclusion. The case of PT Multimakmur Lemindo demonstrates that failure to ensure transparency in financial reporting, regulatory compliance, and proper corporate governance can lead to severe consequences, including legal sanction, investor losses, and loss of public trust. Overall, this issue is not merely technical, but reflects a system failure in governance and ethics. Public companies must uphold transparency, accountability, and of course integrity. So, this case proves that corporate sustainability is not determined by profit alone, but by how well integrity and compliance are maintained. Okay, that's the entire presentation we can deliver. That's all for our presentation. Please forgive me if there are any mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.